Just glancing at the arena, I'm out here in Wilson. Hey, come on, Harold. Where they do, not a rodeo, but they have the horses and they do the riding and stuff. You can see how it's graded really flat. So I just don't see how we couldn't even offer to run the grader around the fucking thing after we do our lumberjack tour. Our show. Come on, Harold. And this is a nice little park out here. We used to always come here, even in the winter, be on that tree limb doing like 5 sets of pull-ups. And I would run out the road here, Fish Creek or whatever, and do these 5 mile runs. And just reflecting doing the music just this morning, whatever, you know, the shortness of breath, you got to do your cardio, just for your heart health, etc. And this is sort of out, kind of reminds me really of Talkeetna, Alaska, and it's sort of like not a suburb of Jackson, but it's a little cute town, a lot of history, some log cabins, and it'd be a good place if you just find like a field or something for people, have some like tent camps or something set up so that we're, have some structure, some stability, and have our shit so we can just drive into town, maybe partner with a ranch or something out here. But, made a phone call, come on here, to the local, driving through town, seeing the landscaping truck. I used to be tree service, and I just like call them up, because they have all the equipment, chainsaws and shit. And, very logical. They're local. They're already doing stuff during the day, free during the evening. Why can't we get those guys involved? Hit up a local gym, Fitness 22 or something. There's a really jacked guy, look kind of like a Rich Froning, no machines in there. It's a CrossFit gym. He's got like a gaggle of half a dozen girls, women in there, and he's teaching them a class. $20 for the class, $20 for the drop in the gym. It's an expensive town. I did a $10 at a different gym. I guess they're charging $15, but both of those gyms, I'm like, seeing the people, I'm like, especially the guys who are kind of like working there, who are really jacked, great candidates too for evening show a couple times a week to step in and get involved. Personally, I kind of catch myself in the moment where I just want to get out of town. I want to do my own thing. I get to the Ard. I did talk to the people at Snow King, the mountain resort. Not the mountain that's right behind me, but the one way back right in downtown within walking distance of the hotels. And, I didn't really feel like the energy was right in between them and me. And I feel really strongly that the arena seating for the rodeo show is the correct kind of a nice little creek here. Hey, buddy, grab a drink. Grab a drink. Clear water, nature around here is so priceless, so beautiful, and not something to be taken advantage of. But, I did mention when I was telling my tour, there's sort of purpose behind it. What we're trying to do with the park, with the race, more than just the lumberjack tour. So it was the moment where, they do some paragliding off the top of the mountain, but they don't really do a lot of contracts like that, whereas the fairgrounds already has the seating. They've got a real concrete way. People have to come in and pay to go in there. It's an obstacle to bring the logs in and shit to set up for the tour show, but that's not insurmountable. I mean, the lumberjack competitions are in arenas like in Australia and other places, so I think having that dedicated space, I look at like the fitness industry and like the classes where they have like people can just come in and go to the gym back and forth whenever they want versus a dedicated time for a class. What's the better business model? Where you make the most money, build the most community. If you're, what I mean. I think having the dedicated time is probably the stronger angle. Even if it's only a couple times a week. I just, it's the moment where I kind of want to go to the Pacific Northwest or back to Southeast Alaska just for the, get away from the sun. And, it's a phenomenal opportunity here, though, and I'm sort of in a place where I feel like, a little bit of more maturity, the desire to just to make money and have that financial independence. And, the biggest thing is when we're in Jackson, I feel like there's a great opportunity to have a pathway forward here to make some extra money to get involved in the sport and have a couple professionals, have show, and then be able to go on compete in other places and stuff. So, uh, just like a local working at a gym, a local working at a coffee shop, a local working at a pizza place. I want to have a pathway for those people to come and compete against the great people, to learn the stuff, have a good time, and put on a great show for the tourists, and have that community angle. Because again, that ties into what we're trying to do with the race, cultural bridges. So, the momentum was really good yesterday. Part of it is here in Jackson, like I had to drive all the way back to Alpine last night just to camp out and stuff, and I was kind of hightailing out of here, but then I came back in. I want to talk to Snow King people, but this, that, or the other thing. The hard truth is housing is a crunch, so a lot of the people who are already working here have that shit dialed in. Like, sort of like I'm saying, like the people in the gym, or the people who are working in a landscaping business, or at the pizza, or at the coffee, or at the this, that, and the other thing, that can potentially tie in. This isn't only an evening show, and can we have some commitments, some regularities? Can we give them good incentive financially? A couple $100 for a couple hours of work. You can't, plus some tips and shit. I mean, that's a pretty good money. They made $100 an hour. You know what I mean? For a lumberjack show, that's pretty good. So, and the biggest thing is just we need a couple rock stars who can pull it together and be our sort of our professional go-to people for this. And so I got to kind of look for them. I got to have the logs and shit. I got to have a place to store the logs. A, B, and then C, we need to have the people. And then D, and E, I guess, insurance and business, and then bank contract, and we're good to go. So a few loose ends. The venue, it's good to go at this point. Talking to the people at the park about a ski tour in the winter is something I should get on now. Looking forward to next winter, and also having dialogue about the race that we're trying to build with them. A lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy. The first step is to get this tour going, to be really high with the money, and I feel like there's a great opportunity to incorporate the music too. Local artists, even myself, we've got some lumberjack events, have some music running in between each. You know what I mean? So axe throw, we'll have to have some sort of a stock tank or something for the log rolling, for the climbing the thing, but having like a quick musical thing in between, and tying into history maybe or whatever. I just the aspect of being able to set up all this stuff and take it down too is going to carry over and translate well into down the line. If we want to have a lumberjack show that travels to different locations, we're going to be really well versed in a wham bam, setting this stuff up, taking it down when we're working this type of venue. So it's actually going to be really positive, I think, training and education for myself and the team to be able to excel. So it's not together. It's not simple. We've got a clear vision though how it can come together. What we need to do is almost at some point come up with sort of an itemized budget too. So we're like, what are we going to need to pay the fare in advance? You know what I mean? It's going to be hard because I don't have like 20 grand here to be like reserving those spaces for the next 2 months. What I can probably do it week to week and say that we want it for all those dates, and then we're going to do it for all those dates, and then obviously pay them the day of. And once we begin doing well, we can. We'll be better positioned. But you know what I mean? They seem really cool and flexible at the fairgrounds. Picking up all the wood chips. Like I talked to a guy at the chamber, or who was working at the chamber, and just talked in the visitor center when I was just killing time before I talked to the guys at Snow King, and he's like, you ought to just have all the firewood and stuff and the wood chips and just donate it and just have people come and pick it up right after the show, which was a great idea too. You know what I mean? But you could already sell that too. But but honestly, just donate it and just have people come and pick it up and give them, they pick it up, they can have it or whatever. But you probably sell that shit pretty well too here, firewood and stuff, just from the wood chips and all that shit. Anyway, there's another new campground going on in town. Read about in the paper. Housing crunch. Where are we going to have sort of our base? We're not there. There's Alpine. There's Moran Junction right over the hill. Driggs and Victor. All potential good location here. Maybe Wilson. We need to find sort of a place just to be able to have our logs and shit. And like we'll have to have a truck or something. Again, though, that's why I'm talking to the people at the tree service company. They've got some rigs. They got some chainsaws. They're local, employed during the day, free during the evening. Probably a pretty good alignment towards having them get a foot in a cool sport a couple nights a week, making a couple extra $100, and having some access to their equipment and shit in return for that. And and then they'll supply some of our staff. So, a lot of different angles here. I do want to bring on a couple of professional lumberjacks to help guide this thing, and that's going to be something I'm going to need to dial on pretty quick too. The Bozeman College team, I want to talk to them the next few days, go up there, hit the hot springs, sort of detox from Jackson for more perspective and awareness, and then we'll be coming back down here shortly. Anyway.